What the fuck? Well, shit is about to go down, guys. Shit just got real. A chill runs up my spine. I admit it, some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves had succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kirisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this?
オカリン、前にハッキングした時のこと覚えてるか？確か盗み読みしたメールに書いてあったよね。
Oh shit. Hey Ocarine, remember when we hacked in before? Pretty sure that email we read said this.
実験結果エラー。ヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ。詳細は別紙ゼリーマンズレポートをなんとかかんとか。
Result, error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, see the Jellyman's report. Someone died?
それって人体実験となんか関係あんのかな？
Holy shit. Okay, I definitely think this is what I think it is now, but could that have something to do with human experimentation? My throat goes dry. Cold sweat seeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. Kirisu and Daru are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True, but can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy?
Daru. ゼリーマンズレポートを探してくれ。
Daru, look up the Jellyman's report.
マジっすか？
Really?
マジだ。ただし、クリスティーナ。
Really, but first, Christina.
お前はもう帰れ。
You should leave.
なんで今さら
Why are you suddenly...
ゼリーマンズレポート。嫌な予感がする。これを見たら、俺たちはもう普通の生活には戻れない。
The Jellyman's report, it just gives me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we can no longer return to our normal lives.
お前はその若さで、サイエンス誌に論文が載るほどの天才だ。有望な将来を捨てる必要はない。
You're a genius. You're already published, for crying out loud. There's no need to throw away your promising future.
もしかして心配してくれてる？
Are you worried about me?
当たり前だ。
Of course I am.
俺の
You're
助
my
手だから
assistant after all.
助手じゃないって言ってんだろ。
I keep telling you I'm not your assistant.
気遣ってくれてどうも。でも帰らないわよ。この事実を世界に告発しないと。
Thanks for your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose this truth to the world.
ダメだ。それは危険すぎる。
I'm preparing my brain. I don't know if I'm going to be prepared enough, though. No, it's too dangerous.
ビビってるのか？
Sounds good, Vamp. Don't forget your headphones. You chickening out?
俺たちはこの陰謀を前にしたらあまりに無力だ。下手な行動を起こせば即消されるだろう。
We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased.
でもだからって。
But still.
これは遊びではない。冗談で言っているのでもない。
This isn't a game. I'm not joking here. You're welcome. Glad to be of help.
わかった。告発はやめる。
Fine, I won't tell anyone. Though her expression shows she still doesn't agree, she finally submits.
でも帰らないから。
But I'm not leaving. It'll keep me awake at night.
後悔しないな。
You won't regret this?
しない。
I won't. She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit or if it's her bravery, or if she's just ignorant to the ways of the world. But it doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down.
ダルはどうする？
What about you, Daru? Prepared?
僕はスーパーハッカーだし。
Well, I am a super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation.
そもそも足がつくようなヘマもしないっつうか。
And with my skills, they'll never know we were there. I am not gonna say anything about that. That settles it. It's good that Mayuri's not here. I can't get her involved. I look Daru and Kirisu in the eye.
よし。始めよう。
Alright, let's begin. Okay, Kirisu gives a seat to Daru.
なお、本作戦名はレーギャルンの箱とする。
Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation... What? I can't say that. Lejarn's chest? I don't know if I said that right or not, but...
なんで北欧神話？
Why Norse mythology?
へえ、北欧神話なん？きっとかっこいいからじゃね？
Is that Norse mythology? Norse mythology? It's cool, I guess.
そもそも作戦名とか言っちゃう男の人って。
Anyway, what is it with men in military terms?
ダル、作戦開始。
Daru, begin the operation. He soon finds the Jellyman's report. It requires second password authentication, which Daru broke through easily.
いい？
Ready?
開くぞ。
I'm opening it. Daru looks at me and Kirisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Daru swipes the sweat off his forehead and with a handkerchief and timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. Top left has name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know. I know exactly what the Jellyman in Jellyman's report means.
ジェリーマンズレポート10。
Yep, that's what I thought. Jellyman's report 10.
被験者ジェームス・マッカーシー31歳出身アメリカ。
Subject James McCarthy, age 31, American.
Z プログラム4実験日2005年1月28日13時05分。
The program stage 4, date of experiment 2005, January 28th. T1305. Oh, time. Kirisu bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out loud.
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ。
What does mismatch mean? Results. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch.
またそれかよ。
That again.
超重力による無
It
限
is
圧
believed
縮
that due to the infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the Care black hole. Okay, that's not so bad. I feel like it looks grosser in the anime. That's fair though, that does look gross. It's a guy stuck in a wall. That's what I thought it was.
1921年4月3日ニューヨーク14丁目にてビルの壁面に右半身が埋もれるようにして死んでいる男が発見された。
April 3rd, 1921, New York City. 1921? Holy shit. An unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. I've heard about no clipping into the back rooms, but not through walls. That'd be shit. It sounds like Kirisu is reading the newspaper article at the end.
身元不明の男の死体は
The man's body
全身がブヨブヨのゼリー状になっていた。
was completely jellified. Oh. I didn't want to see that. Oh hey, chapter 3! The ticking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. It's past 2 a.m. The window is closed, the lab is silent, but for the humming of the computer. We stared at the gruesome image displayed on the monitor, speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. I half expected guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to a secret military prison. Better make sure the door's locked.
なんだこれ
What's going on here? Daru breaks the silence in a disbelieving whisper.
ゼリーマンってゲル化したってこと
Okay. They jellified someone? Upon hearing the familiar word jellified, I reflexively look at the bunch of bananas placed next to the computer. There's only one banana left. We didn't have a single successful experiment today, so none of them were jellified. But I don't think this is a mere coincidence. The jellified bananas produced by the phone wave and the jellified corpses produced by Stern's experiments. They seem identical in nature. Because they are.
人体実験か。
They're experimenting on people. Kirisu speaks calmly despite her grim expression. She doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image.
しかも完全ではないけどタイムトラベルを成功させてるってことになるわねこれ。
And this means they've created a time machine, doesn't it? Even if it's not perfect. I'm still in shock, so I don't quite grasp the meaning of Kirisu's words.
この新聞記事1921年のニューヨークタイムスよ。
This New York Times article is from 1921.
およそ90年前か。
90 years ago.
見て。
Look. Kirisu points to part of the black and white photograph, fingers shaking slightly. The jellified corpse of a man she's pointing to... Sorry. The jellified corpse of a man. She's pointing to his shoulder, which has writing on it. Perhaps it was printed on his clothes. It's fused into his jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read it. I see it says CERN.
セル。
Yeah, otherwise it gets dark fast. CERN.
つまりセルンは LHC を使ったタイムトラベル実験で人間を1921年へと送り込んだ
So CERN used the LHC to send someone back to 1921?
生きたままというのは失敗したみたいだけどね。
Looks like they failed to keep him alive, though.
ゼリーマンズレポートはこれだけか。
Is this the only report?
いやまだ結構ある全部で14人分かな
Holy fuck. No, there's more. Looks like 14 people in total.
もしもゼリーマンという言葉がゲル化した人間を意味するなら、そ
Holy
の数だ
shit.
け人体実験の犠牲者がいる。
This took a turn real fast, which I knew it would. But wow. I don't know, for some reason this hits harder than the anime did. Interesting. More jellymen, that means more jellified people, more victims of human experimentation. I swallow hard. I'm awfully thirsty. I take a cold Dr. Pee out of the fridge and wet my throat.
他のも見せてくれ。
Show me the others. Daru pulls up another report. Without being told to, Kirisu begins translating out loud. Oh, hey, that's in French. Jellyman's Report 9. What the fuck is that? They're stuck in a tree? Yeah. See, I thought you were gonna mean, like, blood or something. Yeah. I mean, it's still not even... Well, I mean, I don't know about what happens later, but it's... I wouldn't necessarily call it light, but maybe it's light compared to this. Jellyman's Report 9.
被験者ダン・ストレイスキー
Subject Dan
26歳
Straysky, age
出身カナダ
26. Canadian? Hey, that's rude. I'm Canadian.
Z プログラム4 実験日2004年9月6日14時10分。
Okay, so pay attention to the date because I'm gonna forget. The program for date of experiment 2004 September 6th, time 2:10 p.m.
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ。
Fuck does mismatch mean? God damn it. Results error human is dead mismatch.
新聞記事の切り抜きの方はこれフランス語ね。私も読めない。
Really? I don't think that's that bad. But that's fair. Kind of gross. The newspaper clipping, I think it's in French. I can't read it.
2001年の1月31日というのは読み取れる。
You can read the date though. January 31st, 2001.
場所はフランスのポーかな。
The location is Po, France, I guess. 2001, that's fairly recent. Pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back. Okay, so there you go. So they jumped 90 years back to 1921. Dario calls up a machine translation, giving us the following. Oh god, okay. January 31st, 2001. Collapsed male corpse discovered in the forest outside Po, France. His left foot was fused to a tree trunk and the body had jellified. Dario goes to the next report.
ジェリーマンズレポート8。
What the fuck does mismatch mean? Jellyman's report 8.
被験者リンダ・ヒル25歳出身イギリス。
Subject Linda Hill, age 25, British.
Z プログラム4実験日2004年2月15日13時45分。
The program for date of experiment 2004, February 15th, 13:45. Okay, so 2004 again.
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ。
Mismatch is the fuse part. So they're saying mismatch because they got fused to things? Results error, human is dead, mismatch.
1972年
October
10月2日
2nd,
タミ
1972.
ルナードゥー州のダルマプリの路上で
The jellified body of a woman was discovered on the streets of Dharmanpuri in Tamil Nadu, India. Interesting. So the mismatch means they fused to something.
遺体は放置され
Now
た
I'm
後
really
に車に
invested
ひ
in
かれ
this.
た跡があり下半身は損壊していた。
Jesus Christ. There were signs that the body had been run over by a car. Dario goes to the next page.
ジェリーマンズ
Hey,
レ
this
ポー
one's
ト
in
4
Japanese. Maybe. It looks like it's in Japanese. Jellyman's report 7.
被験者ミハイル・ラング33歳出身ドイツ。
Michael Lang, age 33, German.
Z プログラム4実験日2002年10月8日13時28分。
Okay, so this one's 2002. October 8th, 2002, 13:28.
実験結果エラ
Error,
Human is
human is dead,
Mismatch.
mismatch. The article clipping is written in Japanese. Looks like a pre-war newspaper. So this one was from 2002 to 1936. The corpses of what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered at the base of Mount Hiei in Kyoto. It was in a damaged state, possibly from having slid down the slope. It even happened in Japan. I've never heard this story before. It was pre-war though, so I guess someone born in the 90s like me would have no way of knowing about it. Next page. The picture shows a beach beautiful, but For the jellyfish-like body lying on the sand, it must have washed ashore.
ジェリーマンズレポート6
Jellyman's Report 6.
被験者マーク・ヒューズ30歳出身アメリカ
Mark Hughes, age 30, American.
Z プログラム4実験日2002年8月23日12時52分
And this one is from 2002 to 1985 because I can see it behind. Date of experiment 2002, August 23rd.
実験結果エラー
Results error,
Human is
human is
dead.
dead, mismatch.
1985
On
年
July
7月1日
1st,
ベロー
1985, a
諸島
strange
スト
body
レイモ
washed
イ島
ashore on
の
the
海岸
coast
に
of
奇妙な物体が流れ着いた
Straymoy, Faroe Islands.
それは成人男性のように
Islands?
も見えるがクラゲのようなブヨブヨの物体であり生きてはいない
It appeared to be the body of an adult male, but his flesh was soft
半魚
like
人の
that of
死
a
骸ではないか
jellyfish.
という噂
Some
も
of the island's inhabitants believed that it was the body of a merman.
肩と見られる場所
Oh,
には
damn.
セルンという刻印があったが
That would
セ
be
ルンは関与を
pretty
否定
fucked
してい
up.
る
The inscription, CERN, was found near the body's shoulder, but CERN denies any involvement.
まだ見る？
Holy fuck. Keep looking?
もう十分だ。
I've seen enough. There are 14 of these people?
発見場所が世界中に散らばっているこの結果からどんな解が導き出せるのかしら
The sites are spread throughout the world. What can we deduce from this?
その場所へ送り込もうとしたのだろう。
They must have sent them to those places.
そうは思えない無計画すぎる
I don't think so. It's too random. What?
カーブラックホールが得意点をどうたらってあったけど、それが原因じゃ。
There was something about Care black holes and gravity, right? Isn't that the cause?
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内の得意点通過に耐えられなかったと思われる
It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the Care black hole singularity.
そう書いてあった
That's what it said.
カーブラックホールって
What's a
普通の
Care
ブラッ
black
クホールとな
hole?
んか違うん？
Is it different from a regular black hole? Good question.
理論上存在を予言されているブラックホールよ中心の得意点が回転しているという特徴がある実在することはまだ証明されていないし証明しようもないけど
Gotcha. It's a theoretical black hole with a rotating singularity. Their existence hasn't been proven yet, not that there's any way to prove one exists. Literally, Brophy. Literally. Dummy people that traveled through time. Care black hole. Where have I heard that term before? Uh-huh. That's right, John Titor. Titor said his time machine used Care black holes. Their cells were missed. Ah, okay, that makes sense now. Thank you.
タイターはこう言っていた。2034年にセルンによってタイムマシン開発は成功したと。そしてタイター自身は2036年からやってきたと。
According to Titor, I feel like that should be Titor, but whatever. CERN finished their time machine in 2034. Then Titor himself came from 2036. It makes sense for Titor and CERN to be using the same time travel technology. Kirisu closes her eyes in deep thought.
カーブラックホールを作るなんてそんなのむちゃくちゃよ下手したら地球ごと飲み込まれかねないような行為よそもそもカーブラックホールは仮説であって
Creating Care black holes? That's insane. If you screw up, it could swallow the Earth. And besides, Care black holes are just a theoretical
タイ
concept.
ターの予言は現実であり、ミューツベに出ていた LHC 実験における最悪の予想図もほぼ事実になりつつあるということだ。
What the fuck is MewTube? Is it supposed to be YouTube? If Titor's predictions are a reality, then that means the LHC worst case scenario video on MewTube was right. What the fuck is MewTube?
タイターの予言は知らんけど、ミューツベで問題の動画見たことある。2、3年前に話題になってたよな。
I don't know about Titor's predictions, but I've seen the problem video before. It was on the news 2 or 3 years ago.
ブラックホール内部は 尋常じゃない重力なの。そこを通れば確かに時間移動は可能かもしれないけど、生身の人間が通り抜けられるわけがない。
The gravitational forces inside a black hole are unbelievably powerful. It's certainly possible that passing through one could allow time displacement, and there's no way a human could do that and come out alive.
だからこそゼリーマン化していると言うべきだろう。
That must be how these people got jellified.
ゼリーマンどころか素粒子レベルまで分解される。それがブラックホール。
They play on existing things. Yeah, I assumed, I just wasn't sure, because I know that games will do that. Obviously, probably also for like copyright purposes as well. Because I'm assuming to use YouTube's name without changing it at all, you'd have to get YouTube's like permission. If it's a trademark name or whatever. It wouldn't just jellify you, it would tear you apart, particle from particle. That's what a black hole does.
議論するよりタイムマシンについての資料を漁った方が早いんじゃね？
Before we discuss this, shouldn't we look through the rest of their time machine research? Daru's already started pulling up new documents. I'm suddenly afraid. Is it okay to keep hacking CERN like this? Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. But at the same time, irresistible curiosity wells up inside me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know if that's true. I can't stop now.
あった！ Z プログラムの中にタイムトラベル理論について解説してるファイルがある。
Here we go. There's a file in the Z program that explains time travel theory.
ずいぶんあっさり見つかるわね。セルにしては脇が甘すぎる。
That was pretty easy to find. CERN should have better security.
セルンが甘いんじゃなくて僕がすごいっつうか。
Their security's fine. I'm just too good.
ダルは俺のマイフェイバリットライトアームであり、
Daru is my favorite right arm.
スーパーハッカーだっけ？
I thought he was your super hacker.
ハッカー？
Hacker.
それでクリスティーナ、なんと書いてある？
Yeah. I mean, in this whole series, Okabe gets fucking reality checked hard. So what does it say, Christina? This is in English too, so I have no choice but to rely on my assistant.
ちょっと読む時間をくれない？
Can you give me some time to read it? Kirisu's eyes dart left and right across the lines. Her earlier reluctance has vanished. It looks like she's as curious as I am.
嘘。これ本当に？
No way, but this is...
タイターって何者なのよ？
Is Tighter really?
何をブツブツ言っている？何が書かれているのか教えてくれ。
What are you muttering about? Tell me what it says. Oh, I pressed the wrong button again, sorry.
あ、うん。
Oh, right.
なんかはめられたような気がしてならない。
Oh? That scares me a little bit. You know, this feels like one big joke.
どういう意味だ？
What do you mean?
ほぼ一緒なのよ。ジョン・タイターが語った理論の内容と。
It's almost the same as Tighter's theory.
ざっと説明すると、
Basically. Oh, I bet.
LHC によって陽子を高速の 99.9999991% まで加速して正面衝突させるの。
The LCH smashes protons together at 99.9999991% the speed of light.
そうすると10のマイナス24乗キログラムの質量を10のマイナス19乗メートルっていうとても狭い範囲に圧縮して押し込むことができる。
I don't know how to read that. By doing so, they compress a mass of 10 to the power of negative 24 kilograms? into an extremely tiny space of 10 to the power of negative 19 meters. I'm assuming it's meters.
日本語で OK。3行で。
In Japanese, please. 3 lines max.
すごく狭い場所。
A small mass
すごく小さい質量。
thrust into a narrow space
無理やりねじ込む。
with great force. That explanation's too vague.
その説明はエロすぎだろ、上皇。
Oh my god. That explanation's too erotic.
は？どこがどうエロいのよ。
あ
ん？は？芦田の
Ashida, you pervert.
そういうマキセ氏もなかなかの妄想能力の高さじゃね？
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's negative 24 cubic mass. Oh, God. See, I'm not a scientist. I can't read that stuff. Good to know. Thank you. Sounds like you have a pretty good imagination yourself.
一緒にすんな。
I'm not like you. Her blushing cheeks make her denial less effective.
ア
Less
ホ
than
は相手
effective.
にするなクリスティーナ。続きを。
Don't listen to this fool, Christina. Continue. Ugh.
何の話だったっけ？
What were we talking about?
無理やりねじ込む話。
Thrusting with great force.
陽子の圧縮の話だ。
Proton compression.
その圧縮が成功するとミクロ特異点ができるんだけど、
Right, successful compression generates a microsingularity which...
ミクロ特異点？ミニブラックホールじゃなくて？
A microsingularity, not a mini black hole?
意味はほとんど同じだ。特異点はいわばブラックホールの中心だからな。
Same thing essentially. A singularity is the core of a black hole.
このミクロ特異点が2つあるブラックホールを作るのよ。
This process generates a black hole with 2 microsingularities. A black hole with 2 cores? Like a cowlick with 2 hairs? No, I don't think that's it.
擬人化希望。
Explain with cute girls.
はいはい。ミクちゃんとクロちゃんでいいか？
Fine, say there are 2 cute girls. Mick-chan and Crow-chan.
姉妹とか燃えるぜ、はあはあ。
Sisters are moe, haha.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんは電子を与えると自由に操れるようになるのよ。
Oh. See, I wouldn't know that. By feeding Mick-chan and Crow-chan electrons, you can make them do whatever you want.
電気ショックで拷問か。それなんてエロゲ？
Electric shock torture? Is this some sort of eroge?
操作できるようになった2人を超高速回転させるの。
So you force them to rotate at an extremely high
する
velocity.
と理論的にミクちゃんとクロちゃんは2人とも魔法少女リング上特異点に変身する。
And then theoretically, Mick-chan and Crow-chan transform into magical girl ring singularity.
変身バンクですね。わかります。
Cue stock transformation scene. Got it. Well, it looks like these two have found a common wavelength.
これでカーブラックホール効果が生まれることになる。
The resulting black hole exhibits what's called the Kerr effect.
そもそもカーブラックホールって何ぞ？さっき回転しているって言ってたけど。
What are Kerr black holes anyway? You said they spin, but what does that mean?
そのままの意味。
Damn. Exactly what it sounds like.
でもブラックホールって普通回転してんじゃね？
But
穴に向か
don't
って
black
渦巻
holes
いてるじゃん。
usually spin? I mean, there's a whirlpool around the hole, right?
その回転しているように見える部分はブラックホールに吸い込まれつつある周囲の物質でしかない。
The part that looks like it's spinning is just the surrounding matter being sucked into the black hole.
普通のブラックホールは超質量により重力崩壊を起こした中心点があるだけ。そこに向かってあらゆるものが落ちていってるの。
A black hole is just a point where extreme mass causes gravitational collapse. Everything falls towards it.
それは点っていうぐらいだから回転はしてない。
Since it's only a point, it doesn't spin.
一方のカーブラックホールはさっき言った通り中心が点じゃなくてリング状なのよ。
A Kerr black hole has a ring at its center, not a point.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんは普通の人間ではありえないことに魔法少女化すると心臓が体内でぐるぐるとリング状に回転してるって考えて。
Think of it like this. Once transformed into magical girls, Mick-chan and Crow-chan's hearts spin like a ring inside their bodies, which is impossible for normal people.
グロは勘弁だお。
I'll pass on the Guro.
助手よ、お前はさっきこう言ったな。カーブラックホールは実在したとしても証明しようがないと。それはどういう意味だ？
Before you said that such a black hole's existence would be impossible to prove. What did you mean?
ブラックホールにはイベントホライゾンというものがある。
A black hole has what's called an event
こ
horizon.
の内側に入ると時間と空間の役割が入れ替わってしまうわけで。
Once you pass the event horizon, time and space switch places.
時間と空間の役割が入れ替わる。
Time and space switch places?
私たちは今空間を自由に移動できるけど時間を1分過去に戻すことはできない。それが入れ替わるのよ。
Right now, we can move freely through space and into the future, but we can't move even 1 minute into the past. That becomes reversed.
イベントホライゾンの向こう側だと空間の移動は不可能になり逆に時間を移動可能になる。
On the other side of the event horizon, moving freely through space becomes impossible, while moving freely through time becomes possible. I can't even imagine what that's like.
空間の移動が不可能だからブラックホールからの再脱出はできないと言える。
Since unrestricted spatial movement is impossible, you can never escape a black hole.
例えば岡部がブラックホールに突入した場合に体験するのは永遠に引き伸ばされた時間なの。
For example, if Okabe jumped into a black hole, time for him would stretch to infinity.
光が再脱出不可能ということは人の目にはどうやったってイベントホライゾンの向こう側は見ることができない。
Since light cannot escape, human eyes cannot see the other side of the event horizon.
観測も証明も不可能。
Observing a black hole from the outside is impossible, so nothing but the inside can be proven.
ただし例外もある。タイムトラベルにカーブラックホールを使う場合この例外こそが重要なのよ。
There's an exception, however. This exception is vital when you use a Kerr black hole for time travel.
もったいぶらずに教えてもらおうか。
Get to the point.
カーブラックホールは特異点。中心が回転してるわけだから核運動量が存在する。
Sounds good.
だから日本語でオケだって。
Like I said, in Japanese, please.
中心点が回転してるってさっき説明したでしょ。その回転運動量って思えばいい。
Didn't I already explain how the core spins? Just think of that as having momentum.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんに電子を与え続けると自由に操ることができるわけだけど
If you keep giving Mick-chan and Crow-chan... Ah, I see what she's doing. Micro. If you keep giving Mick-chan and Crow-chan electrons, they'll rotate faster and
カーブラッ
faster.
クホールの特徴は核運動量が質量を上回るとイベントホライゾンがなくなって特異点が裸の状態になること。
裸だと魔法少女のコスチュ
Oh
ー
my
ムは
God.
露出度高えというわけですな。これアニメ化まだ？
Naked? You mean magical girl costumes expose a lot of skin, right? When does the anime adaptation air? Shirisu and I ignored Daru's nonsense.
裸になることで観測不可能だったものが観測可能になるわけか。
Hot damn. Naked, you mean it becomes observable.
イベントホライゾンがなくなることで時間と空間の役割が入れ替わる必要はなくなった。 裸の得意点に向けてその入れ替わりを回避して突入できるようになる。
That's a good thing to have, though, Nero, because then it helps me. Helps me and it helps us. When the event horizon disappears, there's no more reason for time and space to change places, meaning that you can enter a naked singularity without being trapped.
そして裸の得意点の存在は一般相対性理論と因果律を破綻させるわ。
And then the existence of the naked singularity allows the principle of causality to be violated and the general theory of relativity to fail.
宇宙の法則が乱れるのよ。
The laws of physics are broken.
そんなもの存在できるのか？
Can such a thing exist? The negation of the theory of relativity and the principle of causality means serious paradoxes can occur. Didn't Kurisu say that earlier?
これまでも存在する可能性は高いと予測されていた。矛盾するようだけど証明はされてる。
Nothing in principle stops Care black holes from existing. It seems inconsistent, but the math never lies.
因果律が破綻してるわけだから、その裸の得意点に突入すれば過去へ遡ることができる。
Since the principle of causality fails, it would be possible to travel to the past by entering a naked singularity. John Titor said the same thing, so Titor's time machine is using Stern's technology. But Titor's time machine was compact, small enough to fit into a car. I don't know about that. The LHC is 27 kilometers long, and they managed to get it down to the travel size in just 24 years.
わからないのは得意点に電子を注入する部分ね。
One thing I don't understand is how they inject electrons into the singularity.
見て、この LHC の写真だけど、陽子衝突地点に妙な機器が設置されてる。
Num num. Look, this is a picture of the LHC, but there's strange equipment installed at the proton collision site.
リフターっていう名前で呼ばれてるみたいだけど、一体何のことだか。
It looks like they call it a lifter, but just what is it?
ダル、聞いたことは？
Daru, have you heard of it?
リフター。さっきの Z プログラムにもちらっと出てきたよな。ググってみる？
Lifter. I think I saw that in the Z program files. Wanna Google it? Daru opens up a browser window and enters Lifter into the search engine.
おお、ヒットしてるし。
We've got hits. About 422,000 results. Jesus Christ.
こんなに？機密でも何でもないのかな。
That many? I guess it's not a secret.
もしかしてこれじゃないか？イオンクラフト。
Could this be it? Ionocraft?
イオン、つまり電荷を持った原子や分子のことね。意味としては一致する。
Ions are charged particles. The meaning matches. We click on a link that says Ionocraft lifter. It takes us to a video. It looks like some dim garage, but it doesn't seem like anything secretive, just a garage like you'd see in an average American home. At the center of the screen is a triangular shape made of some kind of metal. It looks about 10 centimeters high and about 30 centimeters wide. It's connected to some sort of generator by a thin wire. Looks like some really cheap equipment. That's all there is. Nothing else. After explaining something in some language I don't understand, Russian maybe, the person filming slowly turns the power on. And then...
あ、浮いた。
it's floating. The silvery triangle floats soundlessly into the air. Then it remains stationary.
反重力装置だと？
That's an anti-gravity device. Well, that makes sense. It's called a lifter.
そんなのあるわけない。あったら世紀の大発見よ。
Don't be ridiculous. That would be the breakthrough of the
イ
century.
オンクラフトっていうぐらいだから、この場合帯電した空気と電極が関係してるんだと思う。
It's called an ionocraft, so it probably has something to do with electrodes and charged air. Kirisu doesn't sound as confident as she usually does. We look up information on the ionocraft lifter. Jesus Christ. Some of the words. Lots of sites have detailed instructions on how to make lifters, but I don't know how they work since the sites all give conflicting theories.
そのリフターにセルンが目をつけた。そしてタイムトラベルに必要な装置として組み込んでいる。
CERN is using this lifter technology. It's a vital component of their time machine.
ミクロ特異点の質量や重力場を操作できるとなれば、やはりこれは反重力装置ということだろう。
If they can manipulate a microsingularity's mass and gravitational field, then these things really are anti-gravity devices.
まあそういう限定的条件に当てはめるなら間違いじゃないかもしれないけど。
Well, under those exact conditions, you might not be entirely wrong. Incredible. My curiosity is growing more and more by the second.
でもセルンはこのリフターの調整に苦労してるみたいね。
Oh, I remember that he's smart, for sure. Okabe is definitely weird. But it looks like CERN's having trouble adjusting their lifter.
ミクロ特異点の重力調
They
整が
don't
うまく
have
できて
full
いない。
control over the microsingularity's
完全
gravity,
な裸の
so
特
they
異点
can't
を
make a
作れ
true
ていない。
naked singularity.
そのせいで被験者がゼリーマンになっていると見るべきだな。
That must be the reason why the subjects turned into jellymen. Kirisu nods.
裸の特異点が作れていないなら、つまり被験者はブラックホールに放り込まれるのと同じだから、突入するだけで凄まじい質量によって押しつぶされるに決まってる。
Since the singularity is still closed, the subject is crushed by its tremendous gravity.
その結果、あらゆる物質がフラクタル構造になってしまったという仮説を提示してみる。実際はどうなってるのかさっぱり。調べるだけで何ヶ月もかかりそう。
As a result, substances become fractalized. Let's go with that hypothesis. Of course, there's no way to be sure that it's right. It might take months to prove. Kirisu shrugs her shoulders in
リフターはまだ未
resignation.
完成か。
So CERN's lifter is still incomplete. If Titor is telling the truth, then CERN won't complete their time machine for another 24
つ
years.
まり俺たちが先に電話レンジカッコ仮を完成させれば、セルンを出し抜くことも可能というわけだ。
If we can complete the phone wave first, then we'll have outwitted CERN.
規模が全然違う。それにセルンでさえ完成させていないのに、あんたにできるわけないでしょ。
We don't have half the equipment or funding that CERN does. What makes you think we can solve a problem they can't?
これは簡単に解決できる問題じゃない。
This isn't that simple.
そもそも時間移動調整や時間跳躍後の場所指定の問題もセルンは解決できてないし、
CERN still hasn't figured out how to set the subject's destination in time or space.
ジェリーマンの発見時期や発見場所がバラバラなのも納得だわ。
That should be evident by how scattered the Jellyman discoveries were.
例えば地の底とか宇宙空間とかに放り出されたゼリーマンもいるかもしれない。見つかってるゼリーマン以外にもね。というかその可能性は限りなく 100% に近い。
We don't even know that if this is all of them. There could be Jellymen buried in the underground or floating in space. Actually, I'm almost certain there are.
地球から何万キロも離れた宇宙空間に放り出されたらタイムトラベルしても無意味。全く実用的じゃないわ。
There's no point in traveling through time if you end up in tens of thousands of kilometers away from the Earth. It's not practical at all.
可変重力ロックシステムというようなものがあるとタイターは言っていた。それによって地球の重力を捉え、必ず地球がある場所に到着できるようになると。
Tedder said he had a variable gravity lock system he can use. He can use that to lock onto Earth's gravity and ensure he arrives somewhere on the planet's surface.
タイターの説明はその点については曖昧だわ。
Tedder's explanation on that point was vague.
そういう機会があるというだけじゃ説明にはならない。
He mentioned having such a device, but he didn't explain how it worked.
でも時間移動したら同じ場所に出るだけじゃないの？
But if you're only moving through time, won't you just arrive in the same location?
出るわけないでしょ。
Of course not.
なんで
Yeah, I'm with Dario there. Why not?
地球は常に動き続けているからだ
Oh. Got it. Because the Earth is always moving.
そう。自転と公転。
Right, rotation and revelation.
地球の自転速
Revolution,
度
sorry.
は時速にしてだいたい1650キロ。
The Earth's rotational velocity is about, holy shit, 1650 kilometers per hour.
公転速度は時速で考えるとおよそ11万4000キロ。
Its orbital velocity around the sun is about 114,000 kilometers per hour.
1時間前にいた座標から私たちはそれだけ離れることになる。
Meaning 1 hour ago, we were that far away from where we are now. Literally how I feel sometimes, Kelnick.
そう考えると僕たちってテラハヤス
Whoa, when you think about it like that, we're earth-shatteringly fast. I think I read that part already. Earth-shatteringly fast. And that's not all.
地球を含む太陽系はミル
The
キーウェ
solar
イに属
system
して
is part of the Milky
ミルキーウ
Way.
ェイは渦を巻いているところからわかる通り回転してるのよ。
It does? Jeez. You think I would have learned this shit in school or something? But I don't think that I did. Half of this is news to me. Blah, blah, blah. Solar system is part of the Milky Way, and the Milky Way spins like a giant whirlpool.
諸説あるけどだいたい1日に5000万キロぐらい地球が移動する速さでね。
Okay, there are various theories, but basically the Earth moves about 50 million kilometers a day. How can she roll all those numbers so smoothly off her tongue? I get that she's a genius, but it's hardly common knowledge. Has she been doing research on the topic?
なんかもうスケールが途方もないぞな
We've kind of gotten to a ludicrous scale.
ついでに言うとミルキーウェイを含む複数の銀河で銀河群が形成されているし、さらに上のグループとして超銀河団っていうのもある。
By the way, the Milky Way is part of a large cluster of galaxies, which is itself part of an even larger supercluster. I think I knew that.
それらの銀河群も
Oh
超
my
銀河団
god.
が動いているかもしれないわけ。そうなるとさらに飛躍的に私たちの移動距離は伸びる。
Let me guess, it's fucking Moeka. And these clusters and superclusters might be moving too. If that's the case, we're moving even more than 50 million kilometers a day. Wrong button.
いずれにせよほんの1秒前に飛ぼうとするだけでも膨大な局所場指定の計算が必要になるのよ。
The point is that setting the destination will require insane calculations, even if you only want to travel 1 second into the past.
手動じゃ無理だし、同じ場所に移動しようと思ったらスパコンで計算したって解が出るまでに何年かかるか。
Doing it by hand is impossible, and it might take years for a supercomputer to come up with a solution just to get you to the same location.
ならば仕方あるまい。ダイターを探し出し、その可変重力システムを借りようではないか。
Then we have no choice. We need to find Titor and borrow his variable gravity system. Well, about that, you might already know who he is.
それは明暗ね。せいぜい頑張って。
Great idea. Go for it.
この問題についてセルンはどうしようとしてるのかな。
After blowing me off, Kirisi goes back to reading Stern's documents. Dara and I aren't good with English, so there's nothing we can do but let her work. Dawn breaks. We've stayed up all night again. Fighting drowsiness, I refill my mug with instant coffee. I've already lost count of how many I've had. Who was it? Oh, it's Ferris. Oh my god. Phantasm is the cat's meow. Have you bought Phantasm debut single, Nya? It's the theme song for Reinet Kakuru, so it's really popular. Ferris bought 5 copies, Nya. It's my duty as a Reinetter. Anyway, there's an important secret hidden in Phantasm songs. The key to unlocking it is, oops, The bell's ringing, yeah. Looks like someone's here. Better see who it is. Okay, Ferris. Kiryu hands her mug to me without looking away from the computer. I guess she expects me to refill it. Since when did I become her maid? I should ask Mayuri for stuff like this. Mayuri's a professional maid after all. Oh my god. Yeah, a cat maid, you fucker. That said, Kiryu's the one reading Stern's documents right now. Doro and I can manage if we use translation software, but we're nowhere near as efficient as she is. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind when I said I wanted to borrow her knowledge. It just goes to show that I was right in making her a lab mem. She's an asset to the lab, for now at least. I should try not to upset her. I silently take the mug from Kiryu, dump in powdered coffee, and pour in hot water from the pot. 2 packs of sugar and no milk. Kiryu has already requested it the same way 5 times today. I mix it well and bring it over to Kiryu. She doesn't immediately realize I'm standing behind her, so I hold the mug in front of her face. Kiryu takes it without turning.
Arigato.
Thanks. Her eyes never leave the screen. She's completely absorbed in Stern's research. Even though she was adamant when she called them traitors to scientists everywhere, she's not above picking their brains. But I understand how she feels. I'm itching to know more myself. Daru is fast asleep on the sofa. He's snoring quite loud. Furthermore, it sounds like he has sleep apnea. Oh, man. That's what, Mayuri tried to tell us earlier. I'm surprised Kiryu has been able to ignore it. Is she just that focused? Blah! I decided to watch some TV. As always, the news channels are all covering the Radican satellite crash. Oh my god, it's only been 5 days.
放置されたままの人工衛星を一目見ようと多くの人が詰めかけています。
5 days has passed since the satellite crashed, and with the start of the summer vacation season, crowds are gathering to get a glimpse of the satellite, which still has not been removed. Yeah, no kidding. The names. I came from Nagoya. I wanted to see it.
埼玉から車で。すごいですね。あれ一体どこの人工衛星なんですかね。
I drove all the way from Saitama. It's amazing. Where did that thing come from? Yay! I'm a high school girl from Chiba. Good for you.
日本全国からわざわざ駆けつける人もいるようです。
Tourists from all over Japan are flocking to this location.
一方、今日未明、NASA アメリカ航空宇宙局のスポークスマンマイケル・バーン氏は会見で。
In an interview earlier today, Michael Byrne, spokesman for NASA, stated,
日本に人工衛星が墜落した事実はないと語り、墜落した物体が人工衛星以外の物体であることを示唆しました。
that no satellite had crashed in Japan and that the crashed object was in fact not even a satellite.
警察によりますと、墜落した人工衛星については現在調査中であり、撤去する時期のめどは立っていないとのことです。
Satellite is currently under police investigation. No date for removal has been set. Is it really under investigation? This could be another plot by the organization. Oh. Doo-doo-doo. I love her. Good morning. Oh wait, should I say good afternoon? The door unlocks from outside and Mary comes in. She has a convenience store bag in hand. There are various food items inside, but it doesn't look like they're for us. Whoa, the air in here is so thick. The story is layering itself. Like an onion? The 3 of us probably look pretty haggard since we stayed up all night. But it's hard to put on a bright smile now that I know about Stern. I'll refresh the air. Who's emailing me now? Oh. Like layers of hell. Oh, good. I'm so hungry. I had to skip breakfast again today and I don't have much money on hand. Are there any good places to find insects or weeds around here? I can get by using my survival skills if I have to. What? What kind of childhood did you have? Mary opens the window wide. Sky is so blue it hurts my eyes. Large clouds listlessly drift on the wind. Yes, yes I do. It is truly a refreshing sight. Mary's appearance makes Daru get up with a grimace. Kirisu also moves away from the computer, sipping her hot coffee while rubbing her eyes. I glance at the clock, then go to the center of the room and call for attention.
いい機会だ。ラボメンが全員集合したところだし、久々に円卓会議を開こうと思う。
Since all lab members are present and accounted for, this is the perfect opportunity to hold another roundtable conference.
円卓会議
Roundabout confluence?
なんぞそれ。
What's that?
ラボメンによる報告会。ミーティングだ。
A meeting of lab mems.
そんなのこれまでにやったことあったっけ？
Right? Have we ever done that before?
そもそも円卓なんてどこにあるのよ。
Do you even have a round table?
実物はない。だが、我らラボメンの心の中にはある。そうだろ？
Not physically, however, it exists in the hearts of all lab mems. Am I mistaken?
そうだろ？じゃなかろうが。勝手に人の心の中に変なもの持たせないで。
Yes, you're mistaken. Don't go sticking things in people's hearts.
マユシーにもあるかな
Is there one in Mayushi too?
ああ、あるさ。
Of course there is.
そっかよかったでも円卓って何
She is clearly not understanding what they're talking about. Oh my god.